What is up, everybody? 49's Fine, back at you again today with another precious metals video, and today I wanted to talk about why a silver moonshot is never going to happen. At least, not the way that we'd like it to. Let's talk about it. A huge thank you to our community members. Thank you guys very, very much for being part of the finest. Let me preface this video by stating this is not financial advice. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions based upon that research, and please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'd love for you to join us on this journey. So online you can find all kinds of crazy things in regards to the predictions of precious metals. Some of them are negative, some of them are overly positive, and today I wanted to talk about those overly positive culprits that we see all the time. It's not all that rare here on YouTube that you can come across a video claiming that silver is going to skyrocket to $150, $200, $400, $500 an ounce. That's actually, unfortunately, a very common thing to see. Now, while I do believe that one day silver will hit $50 and then it'll hit $75 and then it'll hit $100 and $150, I think that's totally possible within the next 3 or 4 decades. But the main issue I have with this topic is how the silver is going to get there in the first place. There's a lot of insanely bullish sentiment out there for the metals, and I understand that. But the issue is that if there was some sudden parabolic rise that rocketed us from $30 all the way up to, let's say, something like $75, which is somewhat conservative compared to some of these other predictions you can see on YouTube. Let's say it hit $75 over the course of a couple of days. Of course, this would require some form of black swan event or some mass unknown shortage that we stumbled upon, but in any case, if the metals hit $75 per ounce for silver, that would be great, right? You could march right up to your coin shop, your local dealer, and you could dump those metals that you've been holding for the past couple of decades and quintuple your investment. At least that's what we'd hope for. But unfortunately, here in reality, I don't think that's the case. If metals were to rocket parabolically in the upwards trajectory to a new high that was never seen before, the issue is that by the time you gather up your pretty little pieces and you run up to your local dealer or you go online to unload your metals, the only issue is that you're going to find that these dealers are not offering spot. None of them are going to offer spot. The issue is whenever these metals hit these super high numbers, dealers have everything to lose and absolutely nothing to gain, especially when it comes to parabolic rises. Now, with that being said, would a parabolic rise help the metals in general? I think yes. I think if silver went from $30 to $75, I think the market would quickly correct and drop back down. But there's a very solid chance that it will bottom out way higher than $30. Maybe it bottoms out at $45, maybe it bottoms out at $40. In any case, I do feel if a parabolic rise like that were to happen, the metals would be at a much higher value than they were previously. The truth is that stacking is a patient man's game. It's a very, very patient man's game. It doesn't exactly produce anything. It's just a rock that is beautiful. Sure, silver has tons of uses in technology and in the medical industry, but ultimately it is just a metal and it doesn't produce anything on its own. In my opinion, it's not really that much of an investment. It's just a very safe form of savings and the truest form of money that anyone could find. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of sustained focus over many, many years to see a true benefit out of it. There's just all this noise online that these metals are going to skyrocket, and sure, I mean, maybe they could one day, maybe something could happen to cause them to rise, but the only issue with that, anytime there's a huge aggressive increase in value for these metals, the risk that dealers take on when selling only gets higher and higher and higher. They don't have anything else to gain if the spot is to triple or quadruple in a short period of time. A lot of shops may even close their doors and stop accepting and stop selling altogether until things cool off and the market stabilizes. So that's what I mean when I say I don't think a moonshot will ever happen for things like metals. It's not the same thing as cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is more so competing against other investors. There's people that know when to sell, they know not to let their emotions take over, they know not to let greed take over, and they exit the market and liquidate their portfolios and take profits, while the rest of the 95% of the rest of the investors end up holding the bag, and they end up holding a cryptocurrency that's worth much, much less. Metals are different. It's a much more traditional market. There are dealers that rely on a profit margin to stay in business. And because of that, markets can close at any time. A dealer can shut his doors at any point that he wants. And they can offer whatever they want in regards to when you sell your metals. So I just kind of wanted to cover that topic today. I've just seen so much of this super crazy, bullish, outrageous claims from many YouTube channels, and I think it's something that needs to be talked about. Even if the metals were to skyrocket, if you went to your dealer, you're probably not going to get spot. You may not even get half of spot. At the end of the day, what's important is that we stay consistent and we stay patient. This is a patient man's game. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Hope everyone has had a great start to 2025. More videos all the time. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.